Jared here with CarBuzz.com, and today I am out in sunny Miami Beach, Florida at an event called Topless in Miami, where I'm getting to drive all of the latest and greatest convertible and panoramic roof cars, which is why behind me sits a bit of a dinosaur, a 2019 Maserati Gran Turismo MC convertible. And I say a bit of a dinosaur because this thing has been around since I was in middle school. This is the key for it, just to give you some semblance. Yeah, it's a key. So this is the only car I think I've driven today that actually has a key fob like this, but they've made one major change on the interior that I think makes this car pretty livable. So let's go ahead and get it on the road and see how it drives. All right, so I'm behind the wheel of a car that has been around for a really long time. That is the 2019 Maserati Gran Turismo MC. So this is a car that came out back in like 2007, 2008 when I was still in middle school, to date myself. And it has not really changed much since then. You've still got a 4.7 liter Ferrari-derived V8 engine producing 454 horsepower right now. 0 to 60 is 4.9 seconds in this convertible model. So if you're just like all about the numbers and like you only care about 0 to 60 launch controls and all that kind of stuff, this is 100% not the car you should buy. You should walk away right now, because from 0 to 60, 4.9 is like, oh my gosh, that's not even in the same ballpark. The new Supra can do it in like 3.8 seconds. So if you're like just looking for a car for that, this is definitely not your car. Also not your car if you are into the most high-tech technology, self-driving, all of that, because this interior hasn't really changed much in the decade or so that it's been on sale. All of the buttons, I'm scared to touch any of them because I have no idea what they do. You've got one that says Sport, that's easy enough. Ice, which is, I know what that one means from the last Levante I drove. That's like their eco mode. It stands for increased control and efficiency. I'm not gonna touch that because this is a convertible sports car. We wanna be in sport mode, which I have it in now. You've got some buttons on the wheel. This one's volume, this one's for voice command. We've got a button that says SRC. Don't really know what that one means. You've got like a little mute button here. Don't care, because all that matters is that I've got a Ferrari V8 at the disposal of my right foot. So if I downshift a couple times using these paddles, I have been driving a lot of cars today, and a lot of these modern cars now, they sound like more aggressive than that, you know, because they go bah, 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 when you let off the throttle. This one doesn't. It's just sonorous. The engine is just amazing of its own accord. It revs to over 7,000 RPM, redline. It's crazy. It's normally aspirated, so there's really not a whole lot of torque. So this car doesn't feel enormously fast. When you put your foot down, you have to really string it out. But I enjoy cars like that. I enjoy cars that you really get to rev. You can tell, there's the shift. There's the shift. You can tell this automatic ain't one of the new 8 speeds that's like amazing, that's in all the new BMWs and those sort of things. It ain't no dual clutch. It's very old feeling. It feels very old school. This is back when, oh my God, I need to have a manual in my car kind of reigned supreme, because the automatics just weren't good enough to keep up. Now that being said, if I take it out of sport mode and I just kind of drive it normally, let's see, I've got somebody in my blind spot now, but let's say I'm gonna indicate I need to get over quick. Let's see if it downshifts quick enough. So we've got another person, and let's see if I can beat this Maxima in here. Downshifted really quickly. So that being said, even though it's not the quickest shifting by any respect, it does do the job just okay, just fine, and the sound of the V8 will make you forget all about it. What will also make you forget about it is, although this car is not the newest, it's very comfortable in here. Like, even though it doesn't have any crazy adaptive suspension, it still rides really comfortably. It's silent in here. I put the roof up because I've been getting very hot. It's Florida. Convertible tops will get to you after a while. Seats are comfortable. It's very quiet in here. The steering is really good. It's pretty precise. It's not the best steering I've ever felt, but it does feel like it's got some nice weight to it. It's a little dead on center, but then once you're into it a little bit, it has a nice weight to it. The steering wheel itself is phenomenal. The grips, you just have these thumb grips where you can kind of stick your thumbs in it. I love that. The wheel itself is obviously nice leather, as is every single thing. You can see this whole door panel with this red leather. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's go ahead and put it back in sport mode because we've got a little gap here that I can get on in a bit. Listen to it. Oh, yeah, at full throttle, the gear changes are quick enough. You hear it. It's raspy. It sounds great. So this is definitely a lot of money to spend on a car. This one is about $150,000 to start. That's a lot of money to spend on a car that is much older than its competition, but as you've seen on the used market, these have just plummeted in value. So I think it's definitely a better used buy than a brand new buy. But one thing that I do have to mention is, although this interior is old, although the buttons are kind of scattered all over the place, Maserati has made one huge change to this car that basically makes it modern. It's got Uconnect. So they ripped out the old crappy navigation system that used to be in this car for years, and they stuck in the 8.4-inch screen you'll get in a Chrysler 300 or Dodge Ram or whatever. And that may sound bad to have a Chrysler 300 radio in your fancy Maserati, but it's a million times better than what Maserati offered before, and it really makes this car livable every day. All right, so the Maserati Gran Turismo, pretty surprising. It does feel a little bit old, but this old dog still has a couple of new tricks. So if you like this video and you'd like to see more, be sure to subscribe to the CarBuzz YouTube channel and download our apps on iOS and Android to keep up with all of the latest and greatest in automotive news and to see more reviews just like this one. Hope you've enjoyed the video. See you next time.